Welcome to episode 16 of Travel Trailer Camping Journal. And I'm your host, Sam Butters, and this is a production of Sam's Camping Videos. Today's episode is part 2 of a multi-part series of videos describing my 2-year review of the 2020 Keystone Outback 260 UML travel trailer. Previously in part 1, I discussed my frustrations in owning this travel trailer during the first year of ownership, and today will be part 2 of a multi-part series, and I'll go into my challenges with maneuvering this great behemoth of an Outback 260 UML travel trailer. The hitching up experience during the first year of ownership was quite different with this new RV, as in more difficult and time consuming. The deliver weight distribution hitch system was cumbersome, and it extended the time required for hitching up the new RV to my current truck. The towing experience during the first year of ownership was a tiring ordeal when traveling to my camping destination. Towing this new RV was a constant white-knuckle affair. Even though it was delivered with an anti-sway control bar, which I had to adjust all along the way to my destination. By the time I got there, my arms were totally sore. My ordeals still were not complete when I reached my campsite. There were at least 2 times when I couldn't unhitch my RV from my truck because I couldn't get the coupler unlocked from the hitch ball. On one camping trip, I had to stay hitched up for the entire camping stay, and I sure didn't like that. I was not liking this new RV during the first year of ownership. I considered myself the backup king with my previous and smaller Fun Finder travel trailer. Over 10 years of ownership and the use of a 19-foot long RV instilled in me a confidence I could maneuver into any site that I wanted to. Even with a longer and heavier new RV, I was still of the mindset that I was still the backup king. I believed I could position this new Outback RV into any campsite that I desired. This overconfidence was soon proven to be unrealistic. My old Fun Finder travel trailer could be maneuvered into practically any forested site that I desired within reason. But I couldn't do that with this new RV here. And that led to a lot of frustration during the first year of ownership. Pull-through spots in developed campgrounds also became a challenge for me sometimes. And the first time that me and my wife tried to get into a pull-through spot, a so-called pull-through spot, at Lake Pleasant, Arizona, the rear wheels of the travel trailer would keep striking the utility island. So I had to back up and then back up further until I can get my RV into this so-called pull-through spot. And by the way, this was the same camping trip that I couldn't unlock the RV coupler from the hitch ball of my truck. Maneuvering into gas stations was also becoming a problem for me. The very first time I tried to maneuver my rig into a gas station, I almost struck a gas pump, but I avoided that just in time. I now had to pre-plan my trips to make sure I went by accessible gas stations. I never had to do that before, and this just added to my level of frustration during the first year of ownership. When I was able to position and park this new RV in a forested setting, I soon found out that leaving it could present problems for me. One such problem occurred in October of 2020 when I was leaving my campsite at Christopher Creek, Arizona to go home. I thought I was carefully maneuvering my rig between two stands of trees, but then a minor disaster occurred. No matter how many attempts I made to depart, both sides of my RV kept scraping up against tree trunks, resulting in cosmetic damage to both sides and to my awning getting damaged. I only recently repaired the damage to my awning. One final but minor issue would come at the end of my trip back home. That would be returning my RV to its storage parking spot of all places. That was also an exercise in maneuvering this travel trailer and parking it in a straight manner. Sometimes I'd be able to park it perfectly, but other times it wouldn't be so perfect. I thought I was driving it the same way both times. Toward the end of the first year of ownership, I concluded that I'd be restricted to much larger and more open forested campsites. Now that was a big letdown for me. I was used to being nestled in nature's bosom, with trees all around my rig. This meant that some campsites I had enjoyed for over 10 years in my older but smaller travel trailer were now off limits. I did not like that at all. I was being demoted from backup king to one who just looked for sites to pull forward into. For the most part, backing into a campsite became the last option for me. The Christopher Creek, Arizona camping trip departure debacle I discussed earlier became at that time the final straw for me. That led to a discussion with my wife regarding the frustrations I was experiencing with this new RV and me wanting to trade it for a smaller and more maneuverable travel trailer. In future videos of this series, I will go into what I did to make the towing, hitching, unhitching, and maneuvering experience much more workable for me, which in turn changed my outlook on keeping the 2020 Keystone Outback 260 UML travel trailer for perhaps many years to come. Stay tuned to those future videos. Be safe, have fun. Goodbye.